Okay, I'll call this meeting to order, 6:30 p.m. We'll start with the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty, justice for all. Welcome this evening, everybody. We'll turn things over to the superintendent for the celebration of excellence.
Good evening. Thank you very much. So we have some exciting information to share tonight about some of our awesome students. So 4 of our students from Bolton High School participated in this year's Eastern Region High School Music Festival at Yukon on January 6th and 7th, and 10 students from BCS participated in the Eastern Region Middle School Festival in March at Ram High School. In order to participate in the festivals at both the middle and high school level, each student had to perform a live audition in front of 2 professional adjudicators from the Connecticut Music Educators Association. The auditions are highly competitive, and it is an honor to be selected for one of these elite ensembles. During each festival, students rehearse for several hours on Friday evening and Saturday morning and perform a concert on Saturday afternoon featuring several pieces of challenging and exciting repertoire. Please join us tonight in celebrating the following students for their accomplishment. Christopher Allenson, who played Barry Sax in the Eastern Region High School Jazz Band, Grace Osborne and Kelsey Perkins, who sang in the Eastern Region High School Treble Choir, and Roy Cianes, who sang in the Eastern Region High School Mixed Choir. Nicole D'Annunzio, who played the flute, and Danielle Doyle, who played trombone in Eastern Region Middle School Concert Band. Natalie Ansaldi, Madeline Baldwin, Maranatha Cram, Cammie Duffy, Parker Hamilton, Cora Murray, Avery Norris, and Ariana Rivera, who all sang in the Eastern Region Middle School Mixed Choir. Our students did an outstanding job performing their music and representing our town at both festivals. I want to offer them congratulations. Well done. And I think I saw Mr. Ayer is on tonight. Mr. Ayer, I didn't know if you wanted to say anything also.
I think you said everything very well. Thank you so much for the recognition.
Great job. Thank you. And a number of our students couldn't be with us tonight because they are performing in the high school musical as we speak. So congratulations to all of them. Next, we have Boys and Girls State. I will share with you all that this is near and dear to my heart. I went to Girls State in 1983, and I went to Girls Nation representing Connecticut, and I think it's an awesome program. So the American Legion Connecticut Boys State program draws together the best and the brightest male high school juniors to receive hands-on experience in the operation and fundamentals of government and democracy. The American Legion Boys State will take place from June 24th to the 29th at the University of New Haven. This program gives boys the opportunity to spend a week on a college campus at no cost while learning civic leadership skills, developing pride in American citizenship, seeing government in action, and establishing friendships with like-minded students from all across the state. The boys will be challenged to discuss and seek solutions that each of the problems that are facing our state today. The American Legion hopes that each young man attending Boys State will return to his community a better citizen and display his willingness to make greater civic contributions. One boy is selected from each accredited high school across the state. To be selected for nomination, the candidate must demonstrate leadership ability, academic merit, and interpersonal and oratorical skills. Ben Roth has been selected for this award. Ben displays a great passion for learning and a tremendous interest in government. He is able to understand perspectives of different views and issues. He's not only inquisitive, but he understands higher order thinking about intricate ideas. He is fun-loving, a good sport, and gets along with his classmates exceptionally well. Ben, congratulations to you. It's a well-deserved honor. Ben, a round of applause. Next, we have the American Legion Auxiliary Laurel Girls State Program, where competitively selected female high school students who have completed their junior year are sponsored by the American Legion Auxiliary United. Students will have the opportunity to attend a week-long program the same week at the University of New Haven, focused on responsible citizenship and leadership. The bulk of the time is spent by experiencing the political processes, starting with town government and progressing to state government. The student will be expected to participate in electing officials, conducting town meetings, debating bills, campaigning, party platform creation, and bill writing. In order to be selected as an impressive female citizen, the student must show a willingness to learn about government and citizenship, responsibility, leadership skills, and have good moral character. Rowan Varney has been selected for this award. Not only does Rowan have great awareness of historic events and issues, but she is able to synthesize information at a high level and respectfully state her thoughts and opinions. Rowan has a natural talent in bringing others together in collegial conversations. These attributes and more make Rowan an ideal recipient for this award. Congratulations to Rowan. And last, but certainly not least, March is Board of Education Recognition Month. School board members are vital to our public education system. March is School Board Appreciation Month and allows us to show our appreciation to these dedicated individuals for all of the time and effort they devote as volunteers in support of education in the Bolton Public Schools. They are dedicated individuals who demonstrate an unwavering commitment to our district and the success of our schools and students. On behalf of the students and staff of the Bolton Public Schools and the Bolton community, I would like to take this opportunity to thank Chair Andrew Roneal, Vice Chair Sue Pike, Secretary Ben Davies, board members Chris Davey, Scott Rich, Rhea Klein, and Diana Pagano. We are very fortunate to have such thoughtful and dedicated community members guiding and supporting our outstanding school system. Thank you all for all you do. Well done. And that concludes our celebration of excellence for this evening.
Thank you very much. I'm blushing over here. On to comments from the audience. Is there anyone out there who would like to make a comment this evening? Not sure we have any audience left, but anyone who's available? All righty. Any additions to the agenda?
No, not this evening.
On to routine business and the approval of minutes. I'm looking for a motion to approve the February 9th, 2023 Board of Education business meeting. Yeah.
So moved, Ben.
Thank you.
Second,
I'll second Rhea.
you, Ben and Rhea, do we have any questions or comments on these minutes? All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
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 Anyone opposed or abstaining?
Abstaining.
All right. Passes. I'm now looking for a motion to approve the minutes of the February 9th, 2023 budget workshop.
So
I think that was Ben, right?
I think so. It broke up a little bit, but second.
I'll second Rhea.
Thank you. Any questions or edits to these minutes? All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Abstaining?
Abstaining.
Okay. I'm now looking for a motion to approve the minutes of the February 23, 2023 Board of Ed budget workshop.
So moved.
Second, Sue.
Thank you, Ben and Sue. Any questions or edits to these minutes? All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
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 That motion carries. That was everyone. On to the Board of Education committee reports and curriculum committee.
Okay, that's me. And let me just pull up my notes here. We met on March 6th and we discussed the completion of the reading program waiver and
I'm gonna
teacher
put that up
feedback
Tonight,
on the
or until my meeting's over, then I'll put it up.
on the 2 state-approved programs that were chosen for a mini pilot. Teachers will continue their review of each of the programs during the professional learning center time. There was an update on the timeline for the new social studies standards by the state. They were set to be available in June, but we received the status of the parent square for parent communication and recent grant purchases. Discuss next steps for early literacy and professional development for the 2023-24 school year. We discussed the steps that would be required to offer the seal of biliteracy for students who demonstrate proficiency in a second language. And the next curricula that are due for review and revision are social studies and health. And it was a very productive meeting. So that's it.
Thank you very much. And I'll turn it back over to you for Finance Committee. Or maybe Kristen.
I think Ria's just on mute.
Oh,
Am I on mute? Can you hear me?
You're good now.
Okay. The budget's been 56% expended, and it was 55% last year. And I'm going to just turn it over now to Kristen, and she can tell you about the transfers and some other issues.
Great, thank you very much. So we have a few transfers, most of which include reclassification to purchase instructional supplies in math, library supplies, library books, social studies instructional supplies, world language classroom supplies, athletic supplies for the spring. The cost of athletic supplies has gone up astronomically high. Additional world language instructional supplies, and again, athletic supplies at the high school, and art instructional supplies. So we'll need a motion to approve those transfers, and then I'm going to go on if that's okay.
I'll make a motion to approve those transfers.
Second, Sue.
thank you, Ben and Sue. Is there any questions or comments about these transfers, the motion? All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
Aye.
Or abstaining? Okay.
All right, so continuing on with the Board of Ed budget update, we continue to spend down regular education. We're 67% expended in regular ed. We continue to have changes in special education. We have a projected negative balance of $199,814 as of the end of last month. We continue to 53% expended in administration and support, 57% in operations and transportation. We have additional savings in salaries and wages and benefits for a total of $280,000. So at this point, we've had some changes in insurance to the which increased our insurance costs, but we still had savings in there from new hires. And we've tried to shore up our substitute lines and other lines as best we can for right now. We still do have a couple of 3 unfilled positions currently. So we feel that we can cover certainly the deficit that we are in for special education. So looking at a balance of 80,000, aware of is that you may recall that in Kappa, there is 20,000 towards the replacement of the BCS fire curtain. Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me? Okay,
I
thank
can,
you.
you were a little breaking up, but basically could hear you.
Okay, thank you. So that was put in Kappa as a portion of the fire curtain. We recently had our yearly inspection, and we have issues with the inspection. The curtain failed the inspection due to a detreated brake system, the curtain's guide ring clips separating from the cabling, and other issues. The assistant fire marshal requested our plan of replacement and shared this will be a violation and we will have no more than 6 months to correct the issue. The cost to replace the entire curtain is around $50,000 plus or minus. You may remember that earlier this year, the Board of Selectmen had moved to allow the Board of Ed to use remaining bond monies for the BCS energy management system upgrade and the replacement of the fire curtain. However, even though we've applied for a grant for the energy management system, we need every available dollar that is in that account for the energy management system. And although, as I shared, we've applied for the grant, we still do not yet know if we have received the grant. Further, all monies have to be available in advance in order to qualify for grant reimbursement. So regardless, we still have to replace that energy management system, whether we get the grant or not. So I'm requesting a transfer this evening of $30,000 from salary and benefits to operations to replace the BCS fire curtain. I did speak with Scott Rich tonight. Unfortunately, he had something come up last minute and was not able to make tonight's meeting, but he did ask me to share with all of you that he feels that this is a no choice situation. We absolutely have to replace this fire curtain. It's a life safety issue, and he is in full support of transferring this money.
I'd like to make a motion to approve that transfer.
Thank you, Ben.
Second, Sue.
Thank you, Sue.
Thank you, Ben and Sue. Is there any questions or comments on this transfer? All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed or abstaining?
I will abstain.
Okay, thank you, Chris. And we are on to BHS student representative reports, and we have none.
Correct, because they're all at the
And-
show.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're not there, nor is many other people. Community meeting reports, I believe we have that.
Sue and I attended the CREC meeting, so it was the first one and we thought we would go together, like we zoomed in anyway. I guess the big takeaways were that they said that they hadn't funded, they hadn't thought about maintenance or CAPA funds for the schools. And so now they're working on a plan, a 5-year plan with bonding authority. They're hoping to get bonding authority to start getting funds to start some of the upkeep and maintenance on their big maintenance on their buildings. And then they spoke about the House Bill 5003 for equitable funding. And they want to have school-centered funding, student-centered funding, which would fully fund educational cost sharing. So just I really don't know exactly how that works, but I believe that the districts themselves would not be funding all the students that leave their school. I'll ask Superintendent Heck to explain that if you want. They also, one of the issues was that they were talking about the difficulty they had with retaining teachers and obtaining teachers and retaining teachers. And they were even talking about giving some bonuses. They were just brainstorming how they could go about getting teachers. So it is an issue with CREC as well as us, and it's all over the state. In fact, the CEA advisor that I received yesterday had the whole issue was devoted to the teacher shortage in Connecticut and the country, actually. So, and the other thing, okay, let's see. And that's it. Unless Sue, unless you want to add something.
Nope, just that they were asking that people talk to the legislators, wow, I can't get that up, about that student-centered funding. But I talked with Kristen and Pam Sawyer both about it to get a sort of better sense of what it was and what it entailed. And it's not even certain that it will make it through to be voted on. So we'll keep an eye on it, though. It sounds interesting.
Correct. And if in fact it goes through and is signed by the governor, it would not go into effect until FY25, so the 24-25 school year.
Are there any other community meetings to report on?
I attended the last Bolton Scholarship Fund meeting. Really, the only news to report is that our scholarship application for this year is now live on the Bolton Scholarship Fund website. And students who are seniors and those in college or grad school have until May 9th to get the application in.
Thank you. I have some awareness of PTA goings on. Also, I know that they did have a meeting on Tuesday, and there's great discussions about how they're going to try and get the vote out and support our budget. Also, they've had some events, Disney on Ice, Monster Jam. They got a skating event coming up this Saturday, Bolton Ice Palace, and the grand gala is at the end of the month of March 31st. So if you haven't gotten your tickets, you better get them now. Okay, that's all for community meetings report. I'll now turn things over to the superintendent for the superintendent of schools report.
Great, thank you very much. I'd like to turn it over to Ms. Fezzik, who's going to give an update from BCS.
Good evening, everyone. So our first update is on the Winter Family Night. We held our first ever Winter Family Night on January 26th. The evening was full of engaging winter-themed activities like snowball, cornhole, snowman finger painting, sugar cookie decorating, and more. We had about 200 students attend our Winter Family Night, which was an amazing turnout, with kindergartners through fourth graders joining us for the first hour, and then 5th through 8th grade joining us for the second hour of the evening. Parents and families also joined their students in the fun festivities. Students were able to get raffle tickets for a chance to win books and submit estimates on various candy jars to win the candy as a prize. We also had many teachers volunteer their own time to help run stations throughout the night, which we are very grateful for. So the Winter Family Night was a huge success, and we're really looking forward to next year. And in general at BCS, the past couple of months have been pretty busy. We had a great assembly for grades K-5 called Abracabully, the I Care program, which was about using the art of magic to teach kids how to cope with, avoid, and stop bullying. We also had an assembly for the middle schoolers through Looking in Theater, which is a performance ensemble comprised of teenagers from the greater Hartford area who explore socially relevant issues and create original theater highlighting these issues. Both assemblies were really, really engaging and very well received by both students and staff. We also had our solo and ensemble night last night at BCS for the middle schoolers. It was such an impressive and amazing night. It was my first solo ensemble night ever, and it was so impressive. And the students had the best time, the families had the best time. We also had a really great turnout at that. So looking forward, we have parent-teacher conferences next week on March 16th and 17th, and we're looking forward to spring at BCS.
Great, thank you very much. Any questions for Amela? All right, hearing none. On to Ms. Johnson, who will be giving the BHS update. Mr. Maselli is running the board tonight for the show.
Hi, good evening. Tonight is opening night for the musical Mamma Mia, and our 2 student representatives, as well as Mr. Maselli, are there, and I am happy to report out for you. Mamma Mia runs tonight. It also runs tomorrow night and Saturday night at 7 p.m. Tickets are $10 for adults and $5 for students. On February 16th, in partnership with the Bolton Fire Department and support from the Bolton Lions Club, our staff participated in critical first aid and CPR training. Our parent-teacher conferences took place on March 2nd from 6 to 8 p.m. And Mr. Maselli and I also hosted a senior parent meeting to review all the activities associated with graduation. Our National Honor Society students met on Friday, March 3rd to stuff envelopes for the Bolton Scholarship Committee. 2,600 scholarship forms were mailed out on March 6th. Student Council is sponsoring a powder puff volleyball tournament on Wednesday, March 15th at 6 p.m. in our school gym. And on March 16th, the College and Career Planning Night will take place. The event is open to sophomores and juniors and their families and will consist of presentations by school counselors and a Q&A session with a panel of admission reps from various public and private schools across New England. Our SAT takes place on March 22nd with a spring band concert taking place later in the evening featuring our concert, jazz, and percussion ensemble. A lock-in will take place on March 24th with all proceeds benefiting the Ukrainian Immigration Task Force. Capstone presentations take place on March 30th from 6 to 8 p.m. And in sports, our girls basketball team won the regular NCC season title and basketball tournament with a record of 22-2, but sadly they were eliminated in the second round of states. And our boys' first round was successful with a win over Nanawag, which took place Monday night, but unfortunately the boys lost in round 2 last night versus Innovation Magnet School. Lastly, registration for our spring sports season closed yesterday, and approximately 100 students are registered to play softball, baseball, tennis, and track, which is a record high. We have a lot going on, so thank you for letting me report out on all of our activities.
Thank you. Any questions for Christine? All right, hearing none. On to unfinished business.
We don't have any.
Correct.
So on to new business and resignations.
Correct. We have one resignation this evening from Spanish teacher Melanie Gold at the high school. And then on to a new course request, and I'm going to turn it over to Monica to talk a little bit about that for graphic design and digital media.
Good evening. A couple of months ago, the subcommittee met. We met with Mr. Greg Gallo, the new art teacher at BHS, and we discussed his proposal and did make a decision to move that forward during the December meeting for the graphic design and digital media course. It is designed to be a semester-long course, and it is intended to expand our digital offerings to students. A digital design program will guide students into a possible future studying digital arts, media, preparing them possibly for a career in graphic design, among other things. So this will actually fall into an AV cluster because it does have a bit of a career path. Programs that will be used in the program are programs that we have in-house. We own currently the tools that we require. The cost will be minimal. We have the staffing, and it is an estimated cost of approximately only $500 to bring this course to our high school. And that is really only for things like printer ink and specialty papers and things like that, just because those have gone up in price. So possible programs being used are Adobe Photoshop, Animate, Adobe Illustrator, Premiere Pro, and the entire Creative Cloud suite. And students will be trained in that with possible units involving graphic design, digital animation, filmmaking, and publication design.
Thank you. Any questions for Monica? May have been hard to hear. There was some echoing going on.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. All right.
So tonight we're warning for adoption, correct?
Correct. So hearing no questions, Andrew, we will need a motion.
Yeah, we're looking for a motion to approve the graphic design and digital media course.
Sounds like an interesting course. I would like to make a motion to approve.
Sue, second.
Thank you, Ben and Sue. Any questions or comments? I'll comment how much I love adding new offerings, no cost or minimal cost. So thank you very much. And all those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
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 And opposed, abstaining. I think that was everybody.
Excuse me for 1 second, Andrew. Monica, can you look? She accidentally kicked herself off and now she can't get back on. Is she like somewhere?
Oh, okay. Well,
She just popped right on. She's in the,
is there,
she's on, yeah, she's here.
Okay. All right, I texted her.
Maria, did you get a chance to vote or do you want to? You're muted.
I'll abstain from this one because I wasn't at the meeting.
Okay.
Okay.
So we have 4 ayes and an abstention. That passes. And Kristen, you want to explain number 3 here?
Yes, I do. Give me 1 second. Sorry. I'm taking the minutes tonight. It's Christina's
Oh.
birthday. I told her she couldn't come tonight because it's her birthday and her family's taking her out to dinner instead. So, and Joe's not running behind the scenes. So trying to thank you to Monica and Beth for helping me out tonight. So I received a communication from Jim Rupert, the town administrative officer, regarding Board of Selectmen use of ARPA funding for the demolition of the BCS greenhouse. They have requested that the Board of Education support their moving to use the ARPA funding for general government services with the one-time standard allowance of up to $10 million. The Board of Selectmen further designates the use of the funds to provide selective demolition at Bolton Center School located at 108 Notch Road. The funding will be used for selective demolition also of the Notch Road Municipal Center located at 104 Notch Road in Bolton and design professional services related to the project. The selective demolition at Bolton Center School consists of the removal of a greenhouse. The Board of Selectmen, I'm reading their information that I was asked to share with you tonight. The Board of Selectmen recognizes that the seals and the glass are broken, rendering the space inefficient for heating and cooling purposes. It is also a source of water intrusion, leading to the possibility of mold growth and having negative health implications to those that work and learn in that environment. Removing this and adding an operable window will help to ensure indoor air quality and appropriate ventilation. In addition to the selective demolition at Center School, the funds would also be used to fill in any voids in construction in a manner consistent with the existing facade of the building. The use of these funds as designated will have a positive impact on the learning environment and all that utilize the space. Further, the selective demolition at Notch Road Municipal Center will consist of demolition of section of the building not associated with the senior center or the adjacent meeting rooms. The Board of Selectmen recognizes that the building is in a state of significant disrepair and due to deterioration and water intrusion poses a significant health and safety risk. One portion of the structure has been sectioned off from the rest to mitigate those issues. The Board of Selectmen also recognizes that an independent study was conducted by a reputable engineering firm that recommended the demolition of the structure rather than renovation and reuse. The project may require relocation of existing utilities. The project will require the construction of an exterior wall or portion thereof between the building demolition and the structure that is left in place. Said construction will be consistent with current exterior finishes of the building. Removal of the section of the structure that suffers from water intrusion will have a positive impact on indoor air quality. This project will also lead to the construction of a building to serve the needs of the public that are currently served from the existing usable space. The new structure will better serve the portion of the Bolton population that has mobility limitations, as the new structure will have an ADA compliant ramp and restroom. demolition of Notch Road Municipal Center will pave the way for future use and development of this site. Funding will also be used to engage the services of one or more design professionals to evaluate and provide any necessary plans and bid documents associated with the project. So the Board of Selectmen is asking the Board of Education to approve the use of ARPA funding by the Board of Selectmen for the demolition of the BCS greenhouse. And I'm asking for a motion in support of that.
So moved.
Thank you, Sue.
Make a report.
Was that a second, Ben? Okay, thank you.
Any questions or comments on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Anyone opposed?
Aye.
Or abstaining? The ever popular future business. I love that one. Okay, looking for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I'll second.
Thank you, Chris and Maria. Any questions or comments on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Anyone opposed or abstaining? Wow, record time and record low attendance. I think we're all meetinged out lately. We've had enough, so I'm not opposed. Thank you all for coming.